Hey everyone, this is Greg. Welcome back to Geek Cheese, and this is Game Dev Tycoon, and I'm going to develop a new game. So it's been a little while since I have played this, obviously. If you guys are just picking up last time where we left off, we created the game X-Files. So we were doing a lot of research to kind of try to get some more of this new stuff here. I think that's what we're gonna do next time, maybe after this. Let's see. Costs 40 grand. Don't have that much. Fantasy, adventure. Great combo. Story and quest is most important. Gameplay. Let's focus on that. See what that does. X-Files off the market. It sold blah 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 blah. More specialized games. Target audience. We'll do some target audience research then. Alright, dialogues are definitely important. Level design, I would say, is important too. Maybe I should create my own game engine then. Holy cow, these scores are terrible. It's not good. Design, sound, graphics. Let's see how that goes. Generating a That's what we need. I'd like to bump up that technology number, but I think I'm getting low on cash. I'm gonna call it finished. Alright, so fantasy adventure. Let's see, story and quest went up quite a bit, so did dialogue, so that's good. Oh, what am I doing waiting for all this kind of stuff? Agent Cooper, I love it. Have you guys been watching the new Twin Peaks or the Twin Peaks revival? Because it is pretty bananas, but it's also pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I know I probably talked about that, but when I named my guy Agent Cooper, but wow. Just wow. Vina is okay. Fantasy adventure. Good, 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 bad, bad, good, 7, 8, love it, good. 8, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, 9. This should be a popular game then. Nice! Those are really good scores. So let's do a game report on that. And that's really amazing. Wow, it's doing really well in the sales too. Wow. Alright, let's research some stuff. New topic. Horror. Let's do that. I guess we'll do horror. Start research. I think I just heard my neighbor yelling. Now, I have the volume up kind of loud, and I'm kind of hard of hearing from years of playing punk and metal music. And I'm pretty sure I heard my neighbor yelling next door. Like, holy cow. Fantasy Adventure is a surprise hit with players. Cool. Good. It should be a surprise hit. Earning me cashola. Like that. Alright, we've got a new topic. Horror. Let's do some more research. Vampire. I just want to get all this research out of the way so we can develop some good games. But I think what I might do is develop a game engine. I just realized that like the brick is showing through the plaster there. And there's all these water stains. Dear God, this is terrible. Let's see what... alternate history. Do I want to waste that, or what do? We're gonna do a custom game engine. Then we're gonna Master V, Vina, by the Vina company. Holy cow, that was like real quick. That it was off the market? Seriously? Yeah. Yeah. So, our little game company here. Game tutorials, mono sound. Alright, we gotta create a game here. So I can create a custom engine now. What do I want to call this? Cooper engine. 1. That works. 2D. What do we... Yeah, we're going to do all of that. We're going to do all that stuff. Yeah, let's do all that stuff. I can't believe we have 8,000 in monthly costs just popped up in the corner. Like, what the heck? What the heck are we spending money on? More sweater vests? Like, seriously. $8,000. That's probably upkeep on the DeLorean. Alright, let's develop a game now. Let's pick a horror game. And we'll do action. That's a great combo, it says. Let's pick a platform. Let's do it on that. Let's do the Cooper engine. Let's call it Horror Quest. In the... Yeah, we're gonna give this all the bells and whistles that we can. In the fall... So we definitely want to give it more story. In the fall, we will probably play... ooh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. We'll probably play and live stream. That was just me, Cooper. Play and live stream Costume Quest, which is a really fun game. By these kids playing trick-or-treat and stuff like that. It's like a cartoony kind of game, but Kelly and I got really into it a couple of years ago. And then we found out that there's Costume Quest 2. So we will probably be playing that come Halloween time in October and that kind of stuff. October is both of our, well, one of our. Kelly likes October and the fall a little bit more. For me, it's kind of it's a sad time of year because that means baseball's ending, but it also means that you have the playoffs, World Series, that kind of stuff. So it's a great time for baseball, but it also means winter's coming and stuff. So I'm very much a spring person, but Kelly does love the fall. Which my Yankees are doing well, in case you guys are interested. Well, yeah, they're not too bad. They picked up a couple pitchers at the trade deadline. We have like 15 closers now. I don't understand what the hell's going on, but yeah, I mean we got a lot going on. We're still trying to catch the Sox in first place, I believe. Ooh, we can research casual games. That's amazing. Yeah, we're doing we're doing pretty good. I think we're actually the head of the wild card, and I would really like us to make it to the series. We're definitely going to make it to the playoffs, but if we made it to the series this year, it'd be awesome. Just got my Iron Judge shirt. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, my parents got it for me. They went to a Yankee game at the stadium like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Ooh, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on. 8. Yeah, there we go. I'm liking these scores. I'm liking these scores. What's that? Damn you. Game Hero. They always screw me over. Hey, not too bad though. All things considered, not too bad. Alright, let's do some research. And casual games. Start some research on that. 31 it came in. That's not bad. I don't think I've had a real hit game though yet. What are we doing now? Ooh, the Gameling. The Gameling's always fun. Hit shelves next month. Alright, so let's do another game in the meantime. Let's do a post-apocalyptic. I don't know. History? Strategy. History action. I don't know if it'll come up if I pick any of these, if it's a good genre. Casual? Let's do history and strategy. I'm trying to think of history strategy games. Guess there's really none out there. History adventure. Comedy adventure. Let's do that. Let's see what happens with that. Game engine. I'm gonna do my Cooper engine. And let's call this farce. I don't know. I'm gonna call it something stupid like farcical, something, some type of pun, but I can't think of a good one. Holy cow! I'm sorry. What's a good name for a? You know what? I was just talking to my Diablo video. About Chris Farley and stuff like that. Some of those movies. So Farley Returns. Sure. This should be a winning combination. Probably not. Story quest. Engine probably down low. Gameplay. That's my guy scratching his head like, what the heck are you doing? Dialogue's definitely up, 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 up. Level design, artificial intelligence, down, down, down. Actually, the scores in this aren't too bad. Ooh, the Gameling's released. Wow, the scores on this are pretty decent. I did not expect to hit those high scores. Anything else? Got a bug. Come on, fix it. Alright, let's finish this bad boy. Farley Returns. Leveled up on the graphics, that's good. Let's see how we do now. Let's generate a game report in the meantime for Horror chest. Ooh, I don't like that. Start like popping 2s and oh, 7, 8, 7. These aren't bad scores. That's not bad at all. I used to get old Nintendo Power magazines. I don't know if you guys remember those. 21, no shit. Sounds important. Okay. I used to get old Nintendo Power, and I would always look at the games, upcoming games, and stuff like that, and try to think of ways that I can create a game. Funny story. Okay, so my brother and I, back in the day, I was completely obsessed with Jurassic Park, which you probably know if you watch any of my videos by now. I talk about Jurassic Park all the time. Super obsessed with dinosaurs. Have several books, probably within arm's length of me, that talk about dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I'm super obsessed with that kind of stuff. So back in the day, back in 1995, maybe, 1994, 95, my brother and I were talking. I had this idea about a video game, and I kind of mapped it all out. Like, it was this very kind of like elaborate game. It was about this dinosaur. He was like a T-Rex looking dinosaur thing. I think it was 94. 94, I had the idea. It's like this T-Rex kind of dinosaur, and he was kind of a rip-off of Adventure Island, now that I think about it. But he was this dinosaur, and he would ride like a little skateboard around, and he we created levels where and like literally wrote out in like intricate detail, like, this is what the level will be. This is a swamp level, and he's gonna hop over dinosaur heads coming out of water and all that kind of stuff. We were pretty detailed with it, and the reason I had my brother involved is because he, for some reason, I thought this was really important, but he's older than me, and he knew cursive. So for some reason, I thought, if I write this in cursive and send this, that'll look super professional, because they'll be like, wow, this guy knows cursive. He's like the bee's knees. So we wrote out all this stuff. We called the game Rompin' Rex. Had a bunch of different levels written out, all that kind of stuff. Wrote a cover letter, all these things, right? And I pretty much like dictating this stuff to my brother, and he added in a bunch of elements. So at that time, we were both actually really well, he was really into Sega, and I liked the Jurassic Park game that came out for Sega. So so we wrote to Sega. We send this letter to Sega. Now, mind you, how old was I in 1994? 8, 9, something like that. 8. So yeah, so we send this over to Sega, and I'm a hopeful kid, optimist, not sure what we're gonna get back. Lo and behold, actually wasn't that much later. It may have only been like a month later. We got a letter back, and I think it was like certified. I have no clue, but it said, thank you for submitting this kind of stuff. We have all these, stipulations about accepting game ideas from people. Blah 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 blah. If you want to submit this game idea, it said if you want to submit this game idea, you would need, for legal purposes, we advise you or whatever, you need a lawyer, sign the sheet of paper, all this kind of stuff. It was really interesting letter that we received back. So we, we looked at it, we read it, we pretty much took it as like, oh my gosh, they're going to make this game and we'll be millionaires and we'll be so rich because they liked our idea. Dinosaurs were the hot thing back then, and I thought it was a pretty neat idea. So my mom would not let us like go the full mile and do the lawyer thing and get them to sign paperwork and all that kind of stuff. I still have the envelope somewhere in my house. So it's still in the Sega envelope. And my cousin ended up working for Sega either around that time or several years later, like maybe around the Dreamcast era. So she wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let us do this game stuff, or get the lawyer to sign or anything like that. And it literally the stuff went back in the Sega envelope and sat in a drawer for years and years. So, cut to, I would say 14 months later, a game comes out for Sega called ours was Rompin' Rex, Radical Rex, about a T-Rex, and on the cover of it, he was riding a skateboard. On the back of it, it looked like there was a level where he's hopping over like Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus or Apatosaurus heads or something like that. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, son of a bitch, that's our game. I've never been able to find a copy of it and actually play it. I saw it at our local video store back in the day when there was video stores and you could go and rent stuff. I saw it at the video store. They didn't have the copy. They had the box out on the shelf, but they didn't have a copy of the game. So I've never been able to play it. Every single time I go to a rummage sale, go to Antiques Place, go to anywhere that sells like old video games of some type, I try to find it. Have never, ever, ever found it. Radical Rex, never found it. And have never played it. But I swear to you, it is pretty much the game that my brother and I wrote, like that I dictated to my brother, that he added elements to it. It's like literally the game that we came up, Rompin' Rex. My wife didn't believe me. I showed her the letter years and years ago at this point. And like I said, ever since, we've never been able to find it. So I think it's hilarious because I thought it was such a great idea as an 8-year-old. You know, my brother was, how old was he back then? Like 13. We thought it was a great idea. We thought it was so fun, and and so a couple years ago, I saw a list of the worst video games ever, and Radical Rex was listed among the top of them. And they said it was a game that felt like it was pushed out really quick. It was, you know, to capitalize on the dinosaur mania. It said that it was a game that felt like, I think it was almost like they had a game partially made and they just put this skin over it of this dinosaur riding a skateboard. And it was like a platformer already built, but then they just put this dinosaur skin thing over it just to kind of finish it and push it out. Apparently it's a really terrible game. So that's probably why I can't win this game, and can't get as far as I would like to, because I guess I create terrible games. But I think that's hilarious that out of all the years and everything like that, I end up finding out like 2 years ago or something. I forget how long ago I read the article, but that it was like the worst game, one of the worst games of all time. So I think that's hilarious. My brother and I still bring up the fact that our mom wouldn't let us like get a lawyer and sign the certified paperwork and send it back and stuff like that. We still bring that up around holidays, things like that. You know, we still say, "Oh my gosh, we could have been millionaires," because my brother is aware of Radical Rex exists too. But yeah, it's interesting. So that is my little story. So with that is my story. I'm just gonna end it on that story for this episode. Yeah, that's it. So we have Farley Returns is doing pretty good, and we're just gonna end it here. I'm gonna work on some more stuff next time, and hopefully we won't create a stinker like Radical Rex apparently was. So thanks for watching, and be sure to come on back. Bye.